The Chera Dynasty, one of the most prominent and ancient ruling powers of South India, held sway over the western coast of the Indian subcontinent, primarily in present-day Kerala and parts of Tamil Nadu, for nearly a millennium. They are often referred to as one of the three crowned kings of Tamilakam, alongside the Chola and Pandya dynasties. The Chera kings played a pivotal role in shaping the early cultural, political and economic landscape of southern India, with their reign spanning from the Sangam period, around the 4th century BCE, until roughly the 12th century CE. The earliest historical records of the Chera dynasty place them firmly in the Sangam period. This era, known for the flourishing of Tamil literature, describes the Cheras as powerful rulers who united various regions of the Western Ghats and the Malabar coast. Their original capital is thought to have been Vanji, likely located in the interiors of modern Kerala. Geographically positioned to take advantage of the fertile lands and access to international trade routes, the Chera kings became renowned for their control of key ports such as Muchiri, also known as Muziris, and Thandi or Tindus, both strategically located on the Malabar coast. The Chera's dominance was rooted in their unique ability to blend agrarian wealth with maritime power. They oversaw a region of Kerala rich in spices, particularly black pepper, which was highly valued in the Mediterranean world and beyond. This position allowed them to facilitate trade with the ancient Romans, Greeks, Egyptians, and later with Arabian merchants. The Sangam literature frequently references this maritime trade, describing the arrival of Roman ships laden with gold to exchange for Kerala's spices, ivory, and other valuable goods. Among the most celebrated kings of the early Chera dynasty is Cenguttuvan, often referred to as the Good Chera. His rule is immortalized in Tamil literature, most notably in the epic Silappatikaram, which revolves around the tragic story of Kanaki. Kanaki's steadfastness and moral integrity after the wrongful execution of her husband inspired Cenguttuvan, who traveled to the Himalayas to bring back a sacred stone. He consecrated a temple in her honor, elevating her to a status of divine worship and establishing her as a symbol of justice. Cenguttuvan's reign was marked by military campaigns and conquests as well. Tamil texts and inscriptions from this era describe his successful military expeditions, both within southern India and beyond, expanding the Chera sphere of influence. He is also credited with fostering relations with other South Indian dynasties like the Cholas and Pandyas, while competing with them for territorial dominance. The Chera political system during the Sangam period was built on a combination of martial prowess, control of agrarian resources, and maritime trade. They ruled through a redistributive economy, with the king acting as the central figure in distributing wealth and resources among the warrior elite and merchant classes. Inscriptions from this time period indicate the Cheras operated a kinship-based polity, with authority resting heavily on familial ties, military strength, and loyalty among the ruling clans. Economically, the Cheras were pioneers in integrating agricultural productivity with international commerce. Their dominion over the fertile Kuttanad region, known as the Rice Bowl of Kerala, provided a steady food supply, while their ports along the Malabar coast funneled spices, particularly pepper, cardamom, and cinnamon, to foreign merchants. Roman gold coins and pottery fragments have been discovered in Chera ports, attesting to the extensive nature of this trade. The Chera dynasty began to experience significant decline by the end of the 3rd century CE. A combination of factors including internal power struggles, external pressures from rival dynasties, and the shifting dynamics of trade led to the gradual weakening of their hold over their territories. The rise of neighboring powers such as the Cholas, Pandyas, Pallavas, and Chalukyas placed additional strain on the Chera kingdom, as these dynasties sought to extend their influence into the western coast. By the 8th century CE, the original Chera realm had fragmented into smaller, localized kingdoms. Two prominent offshoots emerged during this period: the Kongu Cheras in the eastern part of Kerala and western Tamil Nadu, and the Chera Perumals in central Kerala. Both of these branches tried to maintain the legacy of the original Chera dynasty, but they faced increasing pressure from emerging regional powers. One of the most important successor states of the Chera dynasty was the Vanad Cheras, or Kulasekaras, based in Kollam on the southern coast of Kerala. The Chera Perumals, who ruled from the 9th to the 12th century CE, established themselves as a powerful maritime force, continuing the Chera tradition of overseas trade and political diplomacy. Kollam, under the Vanad Cheras, became an important port for commerce with the Persian Gulf and the Arabian Sea, further cementing the Chera maritime legacy. The Chera Perumals are noted for their extensive patronage of temples and the promotion of Vaishnavism. Several important Hindu temples and monuments from this period can still be found in Kerala, reflecting the religious and cultural richness of the time. However, the political landscape of South India was changing rapidly during this era, with the rise of the Chola Empire and the eventual invasions of the Pandya and Vijayanagar kingdoms. By the 12th century CE, the Chera Perumal kingdom had dissolved, and their territories were absorbed into the expanding Pandya and Chola empires. Though the Chera dynasty eventually faded from political prominence, their cultural, economic, and historical contributions had an enduring impact on southern India. They were instrumental in establishing Kerala's role as a key hub for global trade, connecting the Indian subcontinent to the broader world. Their sponsorship of Tamil literature, support for art and architecture, and promotion of religious traditions have left a lasting legacy. Today, traces of the Chera dynasty's influence can still be seen in the art, language, and culture of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Their ports like Muziris are remembered as legendary trade centers, and their rulers like Cenguttuvan Chera continue to be celebrated in Tamil folklore and historical writings. Even the Zamarin of Calicut and the rulers of Travancore invoked the Chera lineage in their political claims, a testament to the dynasty's deep-rooted legacy in the collective memory of southern India. Though long gone from the corridors of power, the Cheras remain a symbol of the vibrant and prosperous past of South India, forever linked to the land, literature, and commerce that once defined their great empire.